Hello, looters. Today I want to talk about clerics. What feats go well with a cleric? Let's check them out so that your foes won't have a prayer against you and your party. Today on Flutes Loot. First of all, clerics don't use their reactions a lot, so if you want to improve your action economy, you'll want to find a feat that allows you to use your reaction. A cleric also has spells that can deal excellent damage, like Spirit Guardians or Spiritual Weapon, and you can focus on other things like supporting your party or keeping yourself durable and in shape with your feats. So those are the feats that I'm going to think are the most useful for clerics, and those are what I'm tailoring my recommendations around. First of all, there is an article on flutesloot.com for the best cleric feats, and that's what this video is based on. I'm only going to go over my top suggestions in this video. If you want to see the lesser or the fringe suggestions, check out that article and comment if you agree or if you think I should add anything to the list there. But anyway, let's get to my favorite ones right now. Going in alphabetical order, let's start off with Bountiful Luck. Halflings already get to reroll ones for themselves, but why not weaponize that for the whole party? Use your reaction each round, if there's a 1 being rolled, to become truly the blessed cleric who is favored by the gods, and that favor spills over to your comrades. Every cleric is loved for their healing and support, and if you can do this passively without using spell slots, and just do it every round once, assuming they're rolling ones, they'll love you. And as they get to higher levels, they're going to be rolling more and more dice on their turns. They'll have more attacks, they'll have advantage, they'll have disadvantage. Get rid of those ones. They'll love you forever. Just make sure you're a halfling. For the reaction idea, Defensive Duelist is an excellent way to improve your armor class and your survivability against specific attacks. If you're being swarmed, not so great, but if some big bad is going after you, Defensive Duelist allows you to react and defend yourself, so the armor class is even more beefy. Clerics have good armor class. They have medium or heavy armor and shields, so with your free hand, you can have a rapier, a dagger, anything that can improve your defense with Defensive Duelist. Just make sure you have some dexterity so that you can actually pick the feat. 13 will do. For the dwarf fans out there, Dwarven Fortitude is an excellent way to increase your ability to heal yourself while defending yourself. The dodge action suddenly becomes more of a tempting idea for you. Cast Spiritual Guardians and go into the fray with your allies. If enemies try to knock you down, you'll probably keep your concentration up if you've got like Warcaster or something, which is kind of overdone in people's recommendations, so I'm not going to go over that one, but Warcaster is always a solid. But yeah, cast Spirit Guardians and any other spell that requires concentration or that like draws fire to you, or even if you're not doing that, just the fact that you're the healer might make enemies go for you. Use the dodge action so they have a harder time hitting you. Then use a Defensive Duelist to increase your armor class against the toughest ones. But the dodge action will actually heal you with your hit dice as a dwarf with Dwarven Fortitude. It's a great way to keep yourself healthy and enduring for every battle. Some obvious choices, again going in alphabetical order. Healer allows you to get more healing out of your healer's kit. Heavy Armor Master allows you to prevent some damage that's being dealt to you while increasing your strength. If you are a tiefling, Infernal Constitution is an excellent way to gain more resistances. You're probably already getting fire resistance, assuming you're not playing some variant tiefling. And then with this feat, you will increase your constitution, and you will gain resistance to cold and poison damage. These 3 types, that's a good list of resistances to have. So, tiefling, become a durable cleric. You won't regret it. I actually played this one as a war cleric, and I fought a lot of demons, and it was very nice sometimes to resist these damage types. Next is Inspiring Leader, just an excellent way to put your charisma to use if you are a charismatic cleric. A leader of men. You'll gain temporary hit points. It's very straightforward. Who doesn't love that? You are pre-healing people. Use the Aid spell as well, so you increase their maximum hit points for 8 hours, and every time you rest, you're giving them temporary hit points. They're going to be like 20 to 40% more beefy as you level up, depending on how beefy they were to begin with. That's how percentages work. The Resilient feat is also an excellent choice for keeping your saving throws reliable. If you're making a lot of dexterity saving throws, and you need one more point in dexterity to get it rounded into an even number, Resilient is a great feat to take. If you don't want to take Warcaster, pick Constitution with Resilient to gain saving throw proficiency, and it'll scale as you level up, so your Constitution saving throws will become more and more beefy. Giving the Halfling some more love, Second Chance is a great way to, once per combat encounter, allow your allies a second chance at success. And I love this feat. If your ally has an advantage on an attack, and they still are probably going to miss, you can give them a second chance, and they reroll both of those dice, so they'd have 4 chances to succeed. These are for the rolls that they really need to land, and again, you can do them once per encounter. So if you are in a campaign where you have multiple encounters before you rest, this gets even more mileage, and it grows in value for you. If you're the type of campaign that you only do like 1 combat encounter per rest, then it's not as great. Next is Shield Master, an excellent way to beef up your dexterity saves against someone trying to disintegrate you. Don't want to be disintegrated. You probably also have allies who are excellent martial classes that want to gain advantage against your enemies. So go ahead and shove people over so that the more powerful attackers in your party can gain advantage and just wail on them while they're down. Prison rules. My last really good feat for clerics is Telekinetic. I gave this one a raving review in my feats article where I went over every single feat official in D&D and rated how well it's designed, how powerful it is, and how well it fits into the game, how to use it. Telekinetic has so many options. You can push and pull allies to reposition them if they're in a tight spot. You can try to push away enemies or keep them in your spirit guardians. There's so many ways to apply this, and it can boost your wisdom stat. It's just a really good feat to have. Plus, it makes you a little bit of a Jedi. You know, you're pushing and pulling things around and controlling the battlefield. Clerics aren't known for their battlefield control, though they have a lot of great spells and a good utility repertoire. But this will increase their options in combat if you're a cleric who wants a little bit more variety and possibility for what you can achieve. So those are my top feat choices for clerics that I've actually played enough clerics that I think these are tried and true, some of my favorites. Are they the most powerful? Is Warcaster deserving of more love? What about Lucky? What about Tough? Well, they're just dull to me at this point. So fun factor goes into some of these feats that just don't get picked as often, but I think do an excellent job, and they make the game more fun for the rest of your party. Being a cleric is an excellent opportunity to gain the love of your fellow players, so just lean into that and be the supportive character that makes them look good, and they will love you for it. Again, these are some of my best feats. Check out the article on flutesloot.com. Read it there, leave a comment, or just cast sending in the comments here on YouTube. Let me know what you think. I'd love to talk about D&D with you. It's my escape from the drudgery of life. So again, this is Flutes. That's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.